Kaba and I want to let you know he's doing good. I know the last video was scary. We had a crisis in that video on Tuesday. But he's resting. He's okay. And he's glad that the humans care. Good morning, Magic players! Card collectors of all kinds. You okay, Kaiba? You're okay. You're okay, baby. That's the loudest I'm gonna get. Oh, why won't you adjust? You see the coin, you know what time it is. We only use the coin for one type of video. It's time for new set versus old set. The series is knotted up to a piece. Once again, Innistrad came back swinging in the last video. The question is, do they have what it takes to actually take the lead in this series? Or are they just going to keep chasing the goal? Because if they just keep chasing it, and it comes to the 7th video, Kamigawa is going to take this series. Kamigawa, so far, is the only one that can put up the numbers when it comes to a tiebreaker. So I'm putting a lot of weight on your shoulders, Innistrad. Show me what you got. Alright. Innistrad starting us off with a blood token. Can't complain about that. I do love me some blood. And a zombie. Nice. Bonus. I don't know why it's like a weird shadow on the thing right now, and I can't seem to get the camera angle quite right, but that's the best I'm gonna do, unfortunately, unless maybe I move it down a little. Sorry guys. Technical adjustments, just trying to make sure that you guys get the best video possible. Alright, here we go. We got a Spore Crawler. Solid card. Can't complain about that. You get to draw a card when it dies. I'm going to admit it though, because it is 3 cost. Actually, no, we'll put it top. What the heck. Alchemist Greeting. Deals 4 damage to target creature, has a madness, which is a lot better than its freaking regular cost. I'm going to admit that one. That one's way too expensive for what it's doing. Blazing Torch. Pay 1. Equipped creature can't be blocked by vampires or zombies. Interesting. Equipped creature has sacrifice Blazing Torch. Blazing Torch deals 2 damage to any target. Huh. That's a very weird artifact. I'm going to admit that one. Towergeist. Flying. When this creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand and the other in your graveyard. Costs 4 for a 2/2 flyer, but at least it lets you filter your... No, you know what? You're going mid too. You guys are not putting up the numbers there, Innistrad. You're not putting up the numbers. You get to create a blood token when this one comes in, and whenever you sacrifice a blood token, you gain 1 life. That's not bad. I will give that one the top. At least you're gaining life. And it doesn't cost... it only costs 3 to put it into play, so that's not bad. Gather the Townsfolk. Create two 1/1 white human creature tokens. Fateful Hour. If you have 5 or less life, you get to create 5 tokens instead. Interesting. Village Messenger. Human werewolf with haste at the beginning of each upkeep. You get to transform it, and it becomes a 2/2 with menace. Really? It's a 1/1 with haste and a 2/2 with menace. I mean, it's not terrible, but it ain't great. I don't think it would make the cut in my werewolf deck. It's going mid. Fiend Hunter. When this creature enters, you may exile another target creature. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled creature to the battlefield under its owner's control. Decent. Decent. It only costs 3. I'll put it up top. I'll give Innistrad a break on that one. You know what? Nope. I'm not putting the werewolf up. Nope, sorry. It's not happening. Galvanic Juggernaut. This creature attacks each combat if able. It doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever another creature dies, it untaps. Mid. Very mid. Groundskeeper. Pay 1 and a green. Return target basic land card from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh, I like that. That's going top. Sundown Pass. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Decent. Ooh, Westvale Abbey. We got a bonus land. Add a colorless. Pay 5. Tap. Pay 1 life. Create a 1/1 white-black human cleric creature token. Or, pay 5. Tap this. Sacrifice 5 creatures. Transform this land. And untap it. And it transforms into Ormendal Profane Prince. A legendary demon with flying, lifing, indestructible, and haste, and it's a 9/7. Jeez, a land transforms into a 9/7? Okay, that just went up top huge. That just became the pull of the day for sure, probably, unless Kamigawa gets something amazing. Young Wolf, it's a 1/1 with Undying. When this creature dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1. Ooh, I like that. That goes up top. And a swamp. Okay, so clearly, card of the day so far, and I'm just going to put that up top in the middle to be like the thing that Kamigawa has to compete against. I'm going to start that as a trend. This is the top card. If you can't beat that card, you don't win the pack battle. Alright, Kamigawa. Let's see if you can beat that card. Seriously, though, is that supposed to be that way? Oh, and he's back. Alright, I got a samurai. Ooh, pretty art. Rugged Highlands. Iganjo Exemplar. Whenever a samurai or warrior attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. Ooh, Prosperous Thief. Ninjutsu 1 and a blue. Whenever one or more ninja or rogue creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure. Nice, that goes up. Spirit Companion. Get to draw a card when it comes in. Virus Beetle. If you can flicker it, it's worth it. Lethal Exploit. Ooh, an additional -1/-1 for each modified creature you controlled as you cast the spell. Huh. In the right deck, that's going to be powerful. Born to Drive. Enchant artifact or creature. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+1 for each creature and or vehicle you control. Damn. You can channel it for 2 and a white, discard it, create 2 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens. Cool. High speed hover bike. We've seen that one before. It's okay. Mashiko's Reign of Truth. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. That's the first 2 chapters. And then it transforms into Portrait of Mashiko, which gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. It can be pretty beefy in the right deck. I'm going to top that. Oh my goodness, we pulled him. We pulled the Yoshimaru. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this on Commander at Home. That is such a cool card. Alright, Yoshimaru versus the land guy. That is definitely the Ooh. Satsuki the Living Lore. Put a lore counter on each saga you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Huh? When it dies, choose up to 1. Return target saga or enchantment creature you control to its owner's hand. Return target saga from your graveyard to your hand. Huh. That's actually not nearly as good as it sounds. I'm going to mid that. Because, I mean, I don't necessarily want to burn out my enchantments unless it's just about transforming them. I suppose that could be the reason, but I don't know. I'm gonna admit that. Maybe I'm making the mistake. Maybe I don't know why I'm playing it, how to play it right. And finally, brandishing slash, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature, and then if you control an artifact and an enchantment, you get to create a samurai. Decent. Um, honestly, this one's a tough one to call. The dog has insane power. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. So, I mean, if you get a whole bunch of legendary stuff into your deck and you put it on that guy, all the counters on that guy, and then give him like trample or flying or something, he becomes insane. But that is absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen a creature with that kind of power stats. Other than like Eldrazi crap. Alright, well, you know what, guys? I can't decide. So for now, I'm leaving this one a tie. But you tell me in the comments down below which pack you think won. Honestly, it's definitely down to these two cards because neither pack really came up with anything super amazing, even if I bumped the legendary up here. Neither pack came up with anything super amazing, except for these two. So, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Which deck was the victor, or which set was the victor today? And I'm gonna leave it there. Much love to you all from me. You take care. Bye.